Hey, welcome back guys. So today on this video, we are talking about your SamCart, and more specifically, I'm going to quickly answer a question I keep getting a lot on my other video, and that is, how do you create a course inside SamCart? So let's go ahead and talk about this. First off guys, real quick video, not too many steps involved, so be sure to stick around to the end of the video. But why would you want to create your course in SamCart anyways? Well, that's pretty easy. If you're running an online business, you know that SamCart is a popular way to build out courses and sell your digital products. Whatever the case is, it's a pretty easy process. It's handled here in your SamCart dashboard. Check my video description. I'll try to leave the written instructions there as well. But I've already logged into my SamCart, and this is the home screen. Now here on the home screen, if you want to create a course inside SamCart, here on the left side, you're going to click on apps. Once you do that, you're going to see these options right here, and you want to click here on course platforms. Okay, once you do that, you're going to see these options right here. So these are external. However, SamCart has their own course app you can build out. So you want to click on this one right here, courses. Okay, once you do that, you're going to see all the courses you've created in SamCart. However, to create a new course, up here on the top right, you're going to click on create new course. Okay guys, so here is where you can go ahead and build out a course. So I'm not going to go into details on the psychology of building out a course. This is going to be technical, just to kind of show you how the course is laid out. So first off, you want to go ahead and name your course. So for example, if I have an international food course or food cooking course, just title it here. So this will be customer facing, so give it a good title. And then here is the URL to the course. Okay, here you can go ahead and type in a synopsis of the course. This is going to be like 1 or 2 lines about the course. So let me go ahead and type something in. Okay, international cooking course, best recipes from each country. Okay, and then here you can go ahead and type in a description. So if you need help coming up with a description, you can use ChatGPT or some type of AI and just describe what the course is. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and type in something here. Okay, I just typed that in. Obviously, you want to go ahead and make a longer description. Okay, here you can go ahead and upload a course thumbnail. So let me go ahead and grab an image. You can do video if you want, but for me, I'm going to do an image. Okay, I grabbed an image. It's uploading right now. Okay, and I'm going to click on insert image down here on the bottom right. Okay, now we have a course thumbnail. So we're going to move on. You can see it's split up into these different sections here. This is the most important right here, units and lessons. Okay, so the way the courses are set up in SamCart, you're going to have units. So they're kind of like chapters. And then inside those chapters, you're going to have lessons. So for example, let me go ahead and create a new unit, and I'm going to create a second unit. Okay, so now you can see we have 2 units. So kind of like 2 chapters. And then inside the unit, let's go ahead and add a lesson and another lesson. Okay. And then in unit number 2 or chapter 2, I'm going to add a lesson and another lesson. So for example, let's say unit number 1 is going to be for Chinese food. And inside the Chinese food section, I'm going to show you how to make egg rolls in lesson number 1. And lesson number 2, let's say we're going to do chow mein. And then in unit number 2, we're going to be talking about Mexican food. So inside the Mexican food section, we're going to have 2 lessons. So the first lesson is going to be tacos, and the second lesson is going to be burritos. So now that you have this outline, you can also think of it in days. So for example, unit number 1, let's say this is week 1. And in the first week, we're going to do a lesson on tacos, and the second lesson is going to be a lesson on burritos. And then week 2, we're going to work on Chinese food, and then we'll do and egg rolls. So that's a brief rundown on how the layout is. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here to the unit, and then we're going to click on edit. Okay, here is my first unit. So again, this is going to be Chinese food. So let's go ahead, food, mega spicy. Okay. And description. Okay. Description. This unit talks about Chinese food. Okay. And then we're going to click on save, and let me go back to the course. Okay. So now we have a unit, Chinese food, mega spicy. And then we're going to do the same thing down here. Unit number 2. This is going to be Mexican food, mega spicy. Okay. Now we can go ahead and start building out the lessons. So let's go ahead and name this Chinese food, mega spicy lesson. Let's do chow mein. And lesson number 2 is going to be egg rolls. And then we'll move down to unit number 2, Mexican food. Lesson number 1 is going to be on tacos, and lesson number 2 will be on burritos. Okay, so now we're starting to build a good layout, as you can see. So let's go ahead and work on unit number 1, Chinese food. And the first lesson is chow mein. We're going to click on edit. Okay, so here we are in the lesson. So we're going to slowly build this out. So here is the content down here. So we can go ahead and type in the content. So maybe here we're going to do an ingredient list for chow mein. So we need noodles, garlic, chicken, shrimp, onions, soy sauce. Okay. And maybe we want to go ahead and insert a video. We can click right here, and then we can grab a video. So we can grab a YouTube video. Let me grab a YouTube video. Okay. I just pulled up YouTube. So you can grab any video. It doesn't necessarily need to be your video as long as it has the share function. So I'm going to click share. I'm going to copy the link. Of course, if you're sharing somebody else's video, at any time they could remove it off of YouTube, and then you're going to have a broken link. So just kind of keep that in mind. And then we'll come back here to our course, and we're going to paste in the video and insert. All right. Now you can see we're starting to build it out. So we have our ingredient list here, and then we have a YouTube video. And if you want to add content, you can click right here, and maybe we're going to go ahead and add a download. Okay. We added a download. So you're going to scroll down. You can see it right here. So maybe this is going to be some sort of a shopping list. So we can click here, and we can upload a PDF. Okay, I just uploaded a PDF and I'm going to click insert downloadable file. Okay, so now we have a downloadable file. So as you can see, you can add a lot of different content. So you just kind of want to build this out as much as possible. And then what you want to do next is add a lesson thumbnail. So this is about chow mein. So maybe you want a chow mein image or a video. Let's do image and then upload. Okay, I'm uploading another image. Okay, I'm going to grab the image and insert image. Okay, so once you're done building out the lesson, you're going to go back to course. Okay, so we have our chow mein lesson done. Now, once you publish your course, you can go ahead and change if it's available or not. So for example, right here, chow mein, it's done. So I'm going to change it from draft into published, and I'm going to change the unit into published. But for egg rolls, we haven't actually built that out yet. So I'm going to leave it in draft. So that way, when someone lands on my course, they're not going to see the egg rolls, because if they go in there, there's nothing in the lessons anyways. Okay, once you do that, you can go ahead and set up scheduling right here. Okay, so here I normally do instant access to the entire course, but you can set it up on timing if you want. So we'll click right here and choose Chinese food and do drip scheduling. Okay, so now we can go ahead and choose when they get access to Chinese food. So let's see, actually we're going to do Mexican food, and then we're going to do 1 day after the previous, which would be Chinese food. And let's go ahead and set Chinese food as instant access. Okay, so now they have instant access to Chinese food, and then 1 day later, they're going to have access to Mexican food, mega spicy. Okay, so once you built out your course on SamCart, go back here to course details, and you'll click on status, and we're going to go ahead and publish it. Once you've published it, click on save. Okay, now if you want to see what the course looks like, you can click here, view course. Okay, so here is our course. So we can go ahead and work through. So we have our Chinese food lesson, and then we also have our Mexican food lesson, and they can go lesson by lesson. So there you have it, guys. If you're wondering how to build a course on SamCart, that's the easiest way I know how to do it. If you know an easier way, be sure to leave a comment below. Let the rest of us know how you did it. Hopefully you found that video useful. If so, click thumbs up, or maybe consider subscribing to my channel, and I hope to see you on the next video. Thanks again for watching.